Hi there, welcome back. Now we're going to be working with quadratics and exponents. And we have a couple of properties that we want to make sure we get. The first one is the odd root property. And that says this. If n is odd, that means that if a to the n is equal to b, then a is equal to the nth root of b. For example, if x cubed is equal to 8, then that means x is equal to the cube root of 8, which is 2. Now let's look at the even root property. The even root property says if n is even, now this is going to be a little different, then if a to the n is equal to b, that implies that a is equal to plus or minus the nth root of b. And the example there is, suppose x to the fourth is equal to 81. Well, that means that x is equal to the fourth root of 81, which is plus or minus 3. All right, so it's the plus or minus that we get when n is even that we have to remember. And we'll see how that works as we continue. So if we look at this example, what we would do to both sides is take the fourth root, like so, and that means 5x plus 1 is equal to plus or minus the fourth root of 16, which is 2. So what that means is 5x plus 1 is equal to 2, or 5x plus 1 is equal to minus 2. And if I solve the first equation, I get x is equal to 1/5. And if I solve the second equation, x is equal to minus 3/5. And there are my two solutions to that equation. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. And if I isolate my x cubed term here, I believe that what we get is x cubed is equal to minus 27. Now, can I take the cube root of a negative number? Yeah. 3 is odd. And we know that if we take an odd number and raise it, if we take a negative number and raise it to an odd power, it's going to be negative. So here we get x is equal to minus 3. And that's true because minus 3 cubed is equal to minus 27. All right? Moving along. All right, so in this particular problem, what we have is an equation in which the variable is being raised to a fractional exponent. And as always, we want to get rid of those exponents. So the simplest way to do that is to raise each side to what power? What power will make that exponent be 1? Well, 4/3. So if I do that, I simply get 3x minus 2. And 64 to the 4/3 means the cube root of 64 to the 4th, which is equal to, cube root of 64 is 4, and 4 to the 4th is 256. And so if I solve this equation, I get x is equal to 86. And I should check it and make sure that what I get is correct. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's look at another one like that. Okay, so take a look at here. Now the exponent is minus 5/3. So that means that I want to raise each side to something that'll make that be 1. And since we multiply exponents in this case, I'm going to multiply each side, I'm going to raise each side to the minus 3/5. So on the left, that simply gives me x minus 1, and 32 to the minus 3/5. Okay, let's remember what that means. 1 over the 5th root of 32, all cubed. So that's what minus 3/5 power means. 5th root of 32 is 2. 2 cubed is 8. So I have x minus 1 is equal to 1/8. I add 1 to both sides, and 1 is the same as 8/8. And so I get x is equal to 9/8. And there's my solution to that question. All right, so that takes care of the work that we want to do with fractional exponents. Not too difficult as long as we remember our very important rules of exponents. Power to a power, we multiply. All right, have a good day. See you later. Ciao, ciao.